Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagigh. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rig. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning with industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology in the world. LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTrax Broadcast. As we come to you live here, right here at the end of qualifying. Quick little piecing together here right at the end, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and get it squared away. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race here for Season 13. We are here at Kansas Speedway, 113 laps here tonight, and we are going to have a blast, really trying to get around this track with 70% fuel limit, 3 sets of tires, and of course that one fast repair. Stella will be joining alongside me tonight in this fixed setup league, and Nicole Krazel and Bradley Shin will be our eyes in the sky to make sure everything's good to go out there on the track. Speaking of out there on the track, that 78-degree track temperature, yuck. These cars are going to be super loose out here tonight, and it's going to be extremely difficult for them to definitely be racing around here and trying to maintain and have a good amount of speed. But that is going to be very difficult for them. So let's go ahead and take a look at how these guys are starting here for tonight. John Osborne and Benjamin Lacey, row number 1. That brings us to Sean Britt and Mark Allen Bivens starting in row number 2. Moving on to Nick Nickerson and Brandon Jackson, who's starting for row 3. Curtis Yancey and Mason Flagar starting row number 4. Connor Gibson will be 9th, and Jackson Knox starting in 10th. Cody Welch 11th. Ricky Hart Jr., not a bad start here, sitting in 12th. That'll work out well for him. Stella, talk to me about spot number 13. I'm going to get this one day.
Oh, Michaelis. Zach Michaelis?
Zach Michaelis. All right, Michaelis. I'm going to try 5 times to get that right. Zach Michaelis, 13th, next to Brett Guzik. Nolan Gross will be starting in the 15th spot next to Bob Berry. Really digging Bob Berry's paint out there. I think he's doing his normal throwback back to the 75 machine, and hopefully he'll be having a good run here tonight. But Eddie Hagigh, Kyle Fahey, Ethan Sikorsky, and Kevin Foster will be starting right behind him, so they're going to be looking to move up to the front. Oddly enough, very far back qualifying time here for Kevin Foster. Doesn't seem like he had a good time, being half a second off pace. That's going to be really crucial here for his race tonight if he wants to gain some decent points, since the points matter each and every race. Carter Phillips starts 21st, next to Matt Crockett. Paul Wilson is 23rd, next to Hayden Paul. Now, Hayden Paul, he's looking to try to turn his luck around, get up to the front. We've seen him kind of teetering on the top of the 15, but every time he gets up there, the driver from the Zero Foxtrot team has been having nothing but trouble. Joining him back there will be David Lakey in the 26th spot, but on his inside it will be Jason Greenwell. That's going to be pretty tough. Greenwell has been having a good time out there, rocking his same paint scheme in the 83 blue and gold car. And Bill Harkins will be starting in the dead last spot. It looks like he is not interested in qualifying here tonight, so hopefully Bill is able to get back to it and move his way up to the front. He's had some opportunities up there, but this is going to go pretty well here. And Stella, we are getting ready to kick off the Real Earth Films 113 here at Kansas. Getting ready to take off here in just a second. I know we're kind of cutting you a little bit short here, but we have got to get going here as John Osborne in the Tide machine, the 81, takes off, and Benjamin Lacey in the number 7 Ford sits second. Already swinging 3 wide here in the back. Brett Guzik, not 1, 2, 3 positions. He's already trying to shoot his way up to the spot, but somebody's going to slow this roll. Jackson Knock is, as he slides up to 10th as well. Talk about guys spreading all over the track here so far. Still sitting 3 wide behind him. The number 5 of Sean Britt onto the bottom. You would think Britt would be a little more cautious out there, as many times as he got beaten and banged around out there last race. So hopefully he is able to continue on and stay safe here tonight, as there is not a whole lot of room out here on this track.
No, there's not. Taking a look, like you say, Brett is going up and back between Jackson Knock and Cody Welch. That's a rough little crowd right there. But seem to be simmering down and looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, somebody who's not simmering down, though, is Cody Welch. Up 3 so far, so he breaks into the top 10. And somebody else looking to do just the same is Brett Guzik, who hangs just behind him. Solid line down on the bottom it goes, though. The 76 of Mark Allen Bivens starting in 4th. So right now we've got a couple of guys who've been kind of seesawing back and forth out here to see how it is, how this track is going to hold up. These Xfinity cars seem to be a little bit loose here tonight, and right now I think the one who's getting the worst of it is John Osborne. Started on the pole, now down to 8th, and it looks like he's caught in the middle here and is going to continue marching back, and hopefully this is able to stop for him here, because it does not look to be slowing down at all. Benjamin Lacey now gathers up the lead. Nick Nickerson and Sean Britt sit right behind.
Yes, I was looking at that. What just happened to Curtis Yancey? Because he was right there behind Ben Lacey for, a good hot second. And now he's all the way back in 8th. So a lot of people are
Caution.
Oh, yes, it is. Having, oh, no, not already.
Man, look at the damage.
He is
man.
Quite a bit of tilt. Does he even have a left front wheel?
How about a left rear?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, he will be using his one fast repair that's allowed tonight on lap number 5.
Well, I said Greenwell was doing all right here tonight, but that was obviously not the case. You were
Wow.
talking earlier about
Look at that.
Curtis Yancey sitting behind him there. Curtis Yancey actually only started in 7th, and Benjamin Lacey was 2nd.
Yeah, but Yancey was right up there in second. While I was watching there, while we were talking about Britt Guzik, I could see him. Oh, look at that! Insto presto magico. Oh. Oh. My goodness, that was quite a hit
Yeah.
from David Lakey.
Yeah, the 30 of Carter Phillips looked like he went off the bottom line and ended up shooting back up the track, getting the worst of it here. Is the 83 machine. See how he's getting loose down on the paint?
Yep.
Boom. He's all right until he folds him right there.
Yeah, that. Oh, and he lost the hood. That was a hard hit. That's one of those where you sit in David Lakey's car and we look out and see just the split second he had to make a decision, or if there was even one to be had. But thank you.
Alrighty. Jay, we are going to double check out there and find 110% what in the world is, what's going on there, buddy? I kind of almost thought the exact same thing here. But as we sit here during the LAT Racing Oils caution, here tonight, hopefully hopefully this won't be too many as our first one here. And we'll see how this kind of kicks off and see what it does. Starting side by side, I've got Stella out there looking for the RC and asking exactly about that penalty. Technically, I believe we should have been, yes. Jay, it was on me when we were reading through the grid as well. I thought we had a EOL for 3 races, so we are going to double check on that here and definitely keep you updated. So that's definitely going to tumble us a couple things up. Benjamin Lacey looking to have an awesome night here tonight. And they're going to be really going for it here. I like Benjamin Lacey. He's looking to see if he can shoot his way. He is holding currently up toward the front. Nickerson has gained 3 spots so far to sit second. Hate seeing David Lakey kind of getting maimed out there so early here in this race. Did come down pit road for 7.8 seconds. Hopefully Lakey is not taking his faster pair here. All right, pace car will be heading on off. Thank you, LAT Racing Oils out there for sponsoring our cautions here this season. And we'll get ready to get this one back underway as we notice them entering the Geico restart zone, and away we go. Benjamin Lacey, excellent jump here. That's going to allow Sean Britt to go ahead and easily slide into second. But our man of danger out there is going to be Cody Welch in the 85 Chevrolet. He's gained 7, looking for the 8th, but Nick Nickerson using that outside line to his advantage, starting to pick up some speed as Mark Allen Bivens settles down into 5th. Now shifts to the inside, looking for Cody Welch, and no can do as Benjamin Lacey backs up turn 3 and 4 pretty far back there, which allows everybody almost get 3 wide behind him to make a pass.
Yeah, and speaking of Mark Allen Bivens, he was supposed to be serving an EOL, number 2 of 3, and race control did not enforce it this evening. However, he should have known better. Just my 2 cents on that one.
Okay, so is there any penalty following that? For not serving?
Not known at this time. They,
okay. We'll leave him to it then. RSC's the boss.
Yep.
All right, Nick Nickerson, Brett Guzik, Cody Welch, and Brandon Jackson now 1 through 4. Currently, Guzik is looking to get up front really quick in his Toyota and make a difference here. And Guzik here on the outside of Cody Welch. Right now, to me, these are going to be our 3 guys all season here who are really going to be making things happen. I would say a lot of times you're going to see Nickerson, Welch, and Guzik going at it here, especially for a championship run. Something just seems a little funny that these all three of these guys seem to be in the top 5 every race. And oddly, it doesn't matter which vehicle. So we'll see even in the next gens if that definitely continues to be their luck here, and how it, and you know, kind of what weighs the option here, and what they decide to do.
Yeah, well, we have one more week of the Xfinities, and next week we'll be in this same car, but at Pocono. And, you know, I would not count out Brandon Guzik came in 3rd last season here at Kansas. But Foster, Kevin Foster won this race last season. So don't mark him out. Or Brandon Jones, for that matter. He's won here twice.
Huh. All right, well, we'll see how it all plans out. I am getting a little sidetracked here as I look out there into the chat, and I think Mama Goose is kind of a little annoyed as well as to why our driver out here is not serving any penalties. Dawson's out there even making the suggestion as well that a black flag is to be served, but it was an EOL and a no qualify even for the race here. So I guess interesting calls here. I would say that I guess rules are a little malleable.
No, I think that there was just a small ball dropped as far as somebody pointing a finger and saying you need to be here. But like I said, honestly, it would fall to me. You know, if I got a ticket, I'm the one that's going to pay it, not the cop coming and finding me and reminding me I have to pay my ticket. So perhaps, you know, they'll find a good, maybe at the next caution or something, he can just move to the back and start again. That would be my...
Well, I the only thing that bothers me is I know we're only on lap 15 here, but I'm going to say this little piece and then we're dropping it.
Yep.
It was intentional wrecking that was involving a disqualification of the league. We remained here, and now we're not serving a penalty. Okay?
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. We're moving on from there. Mark Allen Bivens is in 8th. Mason Flagar is 9th. Jackson Knock is our 10th place driver. Now, I know I got a guarantee a bow out there for the Knocksters, hoping for the 00 to come in clutch here. Right now, I'm noticing Jackson Knock, he's hanging around a lot of Chevrolets, all the way from Curtis Yancey sitting 6th to almost back to Nolan Gross. We are broken up by the 82 Ford of Paul Wilson sitting 13th, with Nolan Gross down in the 16th position. So I've got 10 Chevrolets almost nose to tail out there.
Really?
You know, kind of occupying the center here of this field, as the Fords are oddly enough up front and all the way in the back. So I don't know if Knock knows something or if something's weird going on with his race car out there, but it seems to be having the same problem in that Chevy Camaro, trying to slice his way up to the front. He just seems a little stagnant out there. But Brett Guzik in the... Oh, no, we're riding along. And who did we make contact with? That was Mason Flagar in the 72.
72, yeah. Oh, man. Well, he's no worse for the wear. Oh, he also has a blinker in front of him. Oh, who just went off track. Was that Guzik? That was Brett Guzik. Blinked and went into the grass.
Yep.
My
I want to check on something here. Something seems wrong. There's also Knock. Something was going weird there. He wasn't shifting out of 3rd. I thought he got stuck.
Oh.
As he's got some damage there. It looks like Brett Guzik has made a disconnect.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll take a look here at Brett Guzik and see what happens. There's the blinking. We're still looking for him. There he is. Now he's coming back. Yeah, this looks like a disconnect. There's the mechanical problem here.
Oh, my heavens.
Give it to him for saving the car.
No kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a rough night. But perhaps he will pop back and get himself squared away. Dawson will update us, I'm sure, and we will look for him to return.
The 82 machine here, Paul Wilson to the outside of Nolan Gross. As we're still seeing it go on through here. Nickerson is out in front by half a second. Yancey down by a second and a quarter. Welch almost down by 2, and Lacey's down by 2 seconds off our lead. So Nickerson off to an early lead in this race, and they're definitely trying to see how it is going.
Yeah, almost by a second. Looking out in the chat there, we've got Jennifer Wonders is rooting on Cody Welsh tonight, so she's out watching. And Doc Dad, we've got some of the Knocksters here this evening. Very cool. Yep, and Dawson says, yeah, he's having internet issues.
Yeah, so we may be tuned in right now. And you said Zach Michaelis, right?
Yes.
Hot dog, I got it this time. All right, the number 12 Chevrolet, right now he's hanging out. He's gained a couple of positions here tonight, but it seems from a lot of guys falling off. Now, my biggest one right now is that Tide machine of John Osborne, who has lost 18 positions. He's dropped from the pole position down to 19th.
I wonder if he was having any kind of equipment or
I don't know, but
just staying out of the way.
his Ford has not been performing very well since the hot lap he placed during qualifying. Well, I don't know if something changed out there on the track between qualify and the race time. And it is now coming back and kind of biting him here.
Hate the haunt.
Yep. Taking a look again here at Jackson Knock. Knock currently sitting in 13th. And now he's trying to work his way up to the front. Driver hanging out still in the back is Bill Harkins. I think Harkins is working on getting his way back up to the front here.
Okay. Yeah, Jay says he's missing Nick's voice. Yeah, but I think Nick he'd rather be on the track than in the booth. But yes, he was definitely adding a nice touch.
Yep. Now, when Nick does have opportunities, we'll get him up here and we'll see what he has to add out here as well. Apparently, he's letting you know exactly what he's doing, following the different line out there, getting a good rotate through. And he is still maintaining a half a second out in front of our buddy out there, Brandon Jackson. And the 99 Ford, both these guys started side by side, and both have picked up 4 to move into their positions.
We are almost a quarter way through this race, which is pretty good. These guys seem to be settling in, almost single file in most cases, but got 113 laps, as we say, but we are going to be looking at a fuel window.
Yeah, quick pass there by Curtis Yancey and Brandon Jackson. Yancey going ahead and shooting on around. Look at that. Great move there.
He's back.
51 and the 99 switch places there. Benjamin Lacey still remains in 5th. Let's see if he can gain any more. Right now, Nickerson and Lacey doing pretty well, sitting right now 1st and 5th. Cody Welch caught in the center, sitting 4th as we move on through the rest of our field here. Awesome, awesome. All right, we keep this going on here. Interesting race here so far. We're looking to see if anybody's starting to make any kind of shuffle moves out there. I think Nolan Gross has been working on Jackson Knock here for quite some time. Eddie Hagigh getting super loose out there. So I think tires are starting to really come into play here, that an adjustment may need to be made or some pit stops may need to happen. Now we're looking at a fuel window hovering about that 35 to 42 mark. So these guys still have a little ways to go out there before they start running low on fuel. But oddly enough, when you start considering when fuel gets into the car, not only are you dealing with carrying around that much weight, but some of these guys depend on that weight. Is the weight of the fuel in the back of the car helps put pressure down on the rear tires. When it puts pressure on the rear tires, it ends up getting us more downforce. And yes, it may sway a little bit coming out of the turns, but if you can place it right and the car is weighed correctly with the right ballast weight, that this should help with the fuel weight out there, and that helps put down on the back. And I think that's what we're seeing from Eddie Hagigh here, is he is exiting the turn. There's no weight in that tank anymore as he's hovering below a quarter of a tank, and it's starting to tail whip on him coming out of the turn. You see Jackson Knock almost with the same deal there. Car starts riding up the track, and tires shouldn't be that much of an issue. Tires will probably start really wearing off about lap 25, and they'll kind of fizzle out there. But the tail whipping out is a big no-no. As whoop, both of them again. So I'm just wondering how some of these guys are able to do it. Right now, 31:31 is the best time out there for Nick Nickerson. Right now, he's running a 32:68 as he crosses the line here. That's a 32:74, which unfortunately is about 0.2 slower than Curtis Yancey, who's starting to reel him in.
Yeah, and you let them know that 37 laps is about our fuel window for tonight?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, poor Brett. He's showing that packets are good, Ohio servers are fine, but it just thumped him. So I don't know if we will see him back since there's nothing really to fix.
Okay. Now, I know a couple of things. Oof. A little nudge to the wall there by Mr. Yancey. I know a couple of things guys can do is you'll do a disc cleanup or defragment before you get ready to race. You don't want anything in the background doing some wiggies and kind of starting to leave a little bug out there in the system. All right, guys, let's see if we can rotate back to a driver who's gained 6 places here tonight as Bob Berry has moved up into the top 10. Sean Britt, unfortunately, seems to be losing the battle here to Connor Gibson. Gibson hanging on to the inside here. And he might have him. Not quite so sure yet. Getting Connor Gibson's rig here. And you can kind of hear those tires scrubbing around that turn, so he's definitely putting on the pressure to that car. Connor Gibson not giving up, though. Not allowing Sean Britt to rotate down, so he's going to hang on to the inside here. Not bad by Sean Britt as we take a look back at the 31 of Connor Gibson, who keeps taking a look here the past few laps. Hey, check that out. See, we're one of the stickers in there?
We are.
Hot dog, look at that.
Nice.
All right. Well, Jay out there saying Brett Guzik will get him at Pocono. And you better believe that. I guarantee we'll see him back out there. Right now, Paul Wilson came down to lap 31. Oof. Oof. Off the wall. Boy, man, he's got, something's wrong with the race car there. All right, we'll see if anybody else is joining. Kyle Fahey working on down. Fahey out there in the dude wipes machine. Let's go ahead. As Mark Allen Bivens is still remaining in 5th. Cody Welch is 6th. Mason Flagar, Connor Gibson, and they are making something going on here. Benjamin Lacey has fought himself up to 4th and is looking to see if he can come up with some sort of speed as Nickerson has just been putting a clinic on here so far. Take a look here at Nolan Gross. Nolan Gross hasn't pit yet, but he said Nolan Gross had a disconnect here. Said he might have fallen off the track. Not quite sure what happened here. Whoop, there's a nudge. Remember Hagigh and Jackson Knock were messing around out there.
Uh-oh.
And that's how Nolan Gross gets back. Yikes, so that knocks Nolan Gross down to 16th, battling for 15th here as he's working to fight his way back up to the front and resume back where he was. So give it to him for hanging on to that race car better than Hagigh is out there. Something's going on. I don't know if he's overheated those right rear tires here and he's trying to fight his way back up to the front and come up with some sort of a plan to when they come back into pit if they're going to come with a different strategy to keep from burning these cars up. Zach Michaelis working on down. Sean Britt now shifts up to 9th. A couple of guys look like they're banging it off the wall out there. Right now, Eddie Hagigh doing everything he can to save that race car. Yeah, Dawson Guzik saying Eddie Hagigh's on the radio out there saying it's extremely loose. Yeah, and that's exactly what he's fighting. Yeah, something's wrong.
And we have takers into pit lane.
Yep.
And that would be some of our leaders even.
Yeah, most of them here. Nick Nickerson, Welch, Gibson, and Bob Berry working their way on down. I'm sure we'll see Yancey, Brandon Jackson, and Mark Allen Bivens here pretty soon.
There's one. Slow. There you go. Pit speed on this track is only 45 miles an hour, so you really got to take it down pretty quick. These guys are what, running 180?
Yep, about 180 miles an hour out there. So now Mark Allen Bivens collects the lead here. Let's move back to Eddie Hagigh with an extremely loose race car. It seems his car handles a little bit better as long as he's not drafting anybody. He's not drafting everybody. That works well. That means the air helps push his car down to the racetrack. Whoa, Hagigh, man. Yeah, Hagigh, right now I would scratch my head a little bit here as if Hagigh is having to wrangle this thing like a sprint car on a dirt track, then why in the world is he still out there unless he's trying to do a little pit strategy?
Yeah, but he also doesn't want to use his fast repair too early either.
No, he better be careful. So Eddie Hagigh out there.
It's like Greenwell's going to be trying to get a lead lap point.
Yeah, he's trying. As Hagigh's on the outside.
Wow, who just cut right through the middle? 57 there, yes? No.
Not sure. Okay, you see Eddie Hagigh's now making an adjustment over there in the black box. I think he's getting ready to pit here soon.
Ah.
Yeah, full concentration here to see if he can keep it all together. That should have been Curtis Yancey that shot up the gut.
Okay.
51 Chevrolet.
Ah, 51.
Yep.
Yes.
Not bad as they still slice on through here, making good work of it out there on the track. Guys coming on down. David Lakey coming on down now. And
Ricky
so
Hart.
is Ricky Hart. Nailing down the fastest time out there on the track, 31:23. Yeah, that's blazing fast out there.
Yeah. But that, like it says, the fresh tires. Here comes Curtis.
Yep. All right, Jason Greenwell's in the front up here. See, I think he's probably going to pit here. Oh!
No! Oh my heavens! That was a yes I am, no I'm not, yes I am again.
Well, he had no grip on the tires. Started hitting the brakes and it went up. So still remaining out there is John Osborne, Kevin Foster, and Bill Harkins. And we're not forgetting Matt Crockett hanging out there in fourth. But also consider what they're doing here.
Tell me, what are they doing?
Getting in.
There we go.
All right, Matt Crockett says he's coming on down pit road. See Kevin Foster and John Osborne heading down now. Harkins is going to remain out there on the track.
Get himself a lead lap.
Yeah, Harkins did come down in on lap number 5. So that
Yeah, but
extends his pit window, and we've got a driver slinging off the track here. was that just coming out of pit?
Oh, no. Kevin Foster was just coming out, but I don't know. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen the cameras get so caught up in the action.
What do you mean?
They're shaking, they're vibrating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially the ones right next to the wall.
Yes.
The wind is starting to get them a little bit. All right, Nickerson resumes the lead here. Curtis Yancey is second, Cody Welch third, Benjamin Lacey fourth, and Mark Allen Bivens hanging out in fifth with Mason Flagar directly behind him. Hopefully taking a later pit stop should work out for Eddie Hagigh as we see him reeling up behind David Lakey. Lakey getting caught up there with Greenwell. These two had made contact with each other once before.
Yes, quite disastrously, but by no fault of either one of them.
Yeah, look at Lakey. Man, he's in a mixing bowl. Look out. That's a 28 of Ricky Hart shooting in the inside.
Cool.
Yeah, that does move Hart up to 17th. Lakey remains in the 19th spot here.
It's interesting to see how much they do, or in this case, do not have to turn that wheel to get the cars to go around, you know, whoa, this particular size corner. Who just went down on the apron there? Wild. He was in avoidance mode there, Kevin Foster.
Yeah, Foster having some trouble here tonight. At least he still remains in his qualifying position, sitting in 20th. Yeah, right now he would love to figure out how to come back. I just don't know. Some of this track seems to be taking its toll on some of the drivers. I mean, look at John Osborne, 21st.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, I know. I thought I thought he was going to be top 5 here tonight. So he's going to have to play his cards right to see if he can shoot back up to the front. Here's Jackson Knock. Looks like he is working here on the outside. Ethan Sikorsky. Sikorsky decides to hang on to the bottom. Knock is now up to 11th, but just for a moment. Let's see if we can get a little more speed on Sikorsky.
Take a look at his back bumper. Somebody has been giving him a little helping hand.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah,
Right.
maybe next caution he'll look at getting that fixed a little bit, but at least this isn't a track that's demanding perfection as far as aerodynamics.
Yeah. I would say I give it to Knock here, kind of switching it up back and forth, back and forth.
They are. They got a whole do-si-do routine going.
Yeah, I think Jackson Knock is trying to tell him it's pretty funny out there how they're racing. At least they're side by side and it's clean.
And there's
Bro,
our
that
caution.
was a great battle for the leaders.
Second of the night.
Oh, there goes our
Lap
strategy, Kevin.
55.
All right, we tune into our guys talking out there.
I'm screaming in the car right now.
We had it, man.
I know, John. I know.
All right. Yeah, Kevin Foster and John Osborne not real happy with their race here. They were setting up a little bit of a pit strategy out there, which as well I was assuming they were doing being so far back here. And unfortunately, this has caused some problems out there for a few guys who were looking to try to switch up some of their luck out here tonight. So that is definitely a bummer out there.
we seem to have quite a few in the front who have decided to come right back in here on, what, maybe 11 laps later than they did before?
Yep. Let's take a look at Brandon Jackson, who may have been breaking loose here.
Ooh. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Carter Phillips just came up and said howdy do.
Well, that's the weird part, is Carter Phillips was involved in the lap 4 caution.
But I'm
Is he
kind of curious. I don't see a cautionable offense. I mean, that really wasn't. I've seen hits that hard at Talladega. And all they were doing was pushing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not seeing anything.
Nope. That was it. But yeah, like you say, that's the second caution tonight that kind of has his name on it. Here are our last stragglers, or at least some of them. Ethan Sikorsky, Matt Crockett, Brandon Jackson, Carter Phillips, headed into the pits. The only ones that haven't taken advantage of this caution are our top 5 currently.
Man, weird turn of events here. Weird. Alrighty. Pace car lights are still on. We're going to cut to commercial and we'll be right back.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are finally finishing up our caution here. Let's go ahead and get this back underway. Looks like John Osborne finally gets back up to the top 5 here after an interesting no pit stop, that is, as he came in on lap 46 for 4 tires and fuel. Let's see how he does as he fires in behind Nolan Gross. And I would say not good, as it looks like John Osborne, Nick Nickerson are involved.
No.
And we are probably right back under caution here.
Oh, heavens. Now this is a caution. Oh, it's...
And if Kevin Foster wasn't mad about the fuel strategy this time, he's mad now.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't even know where that started. But that was, oh, that front tire is locked up.
Yep. Kevin Foster will be heading into pit road here for that fast repair.
hopefully he hasn't used it yet.
Yeah, our driver, Nick Nickerson, as well. I think that's the part that also gets me, is our driver was up here leading most of this race. Seems to have been involved and suffered some damage here. Eddie Hagigh, Nickerson, Greenwell, Kevin Foster are just a couple of the drivers who were involved.
Good grief.
You know, we saw about 6 or 7 of them sliding out there. I see John Osborne. Looks like he has to back it up because Nolan Gross checked up on the turn. The 72 machine of Mason Flagar.
Yes, goes up and hits Bob Berry.
Yeah,
Oh.
the 12 into the pinch. That was the bad one.
Yes.
I'm really surprised he returns back to the race. 99 Brandon Jackson around.
2 people hit him.
Yeah, Kyle Fahey hits the 2. Yeah, I'm not... Stella, I think the other thing that would also get me is the amount that is still happening even though it's over and done with. So watch here. As a driver, you're watching ahead of you. There's a caution. You know it. On the brake. And we're... Yeah. And then we get caught up here.
Unable to stop, yeah. Because you've always told me you can either brake or you can turn, but you can't turn and brake, right?
Yeah. Now, this is a real bummer here. Because I think most of this is kind of what Dawson Guzik is saying out there. This kind of started here in a certain area. And we'll kind of see what happens if Nolan Gross was having trouble getting through this turn. And this is him getting through. Yeah, you see him having to check up. And that's the whole problem right here. Is when he is having to hold up for a second. There's a better angle. As when that number 02 comes on down, right there, hits the paint. Notice the car starts to whip to the side and peel off. So John Osborne lets off. He's on fresh tires. He hits the brakes. Nickerson's trying to get out of there.
Clink, clink. Yep.
Yeah, these guys drive away with it. But the battle, this is what hurts. Rolling rotating back up in Hagigh. That's Hart. Ricky Hart in the wall here.
I was going to say, Hart thought for sure, okay, I made it. I'm high. Everything else is happening in 12 ups.
They go into Eddie Hagigh so fast that Foster doesn't even see this coming. Yeah, this is Hayden Paul in the 54. He's coming down. That gets Brandon around here.
Yeah, look. But nobody's wheels are really turning. Everybody's all locked up. They're just sliding into each other at this point. Oh, that's painful.
All righty.
And Greenwell was sitting there just going, not again. He was pointing backwards down on the apron. It was like, not again. All right. Well, we'll thank LAT Racing Oils again for our caution replay tonight. They have high-performance race oils for the real world, so visit latracingoils.com.
All right, looks like Mark Allen Bivens and Dawson Guzik are going to handle it out there in the chat. Mama Goose and Miss Wonders out there, appreciate you joining alongside us here as well as we sit up top here for the Real Earth Films 113 here, getting season 13 well underway. Getting a few races in here, especially with the Xfinity cars. Guys are going to be looking to slice their way up to the front as David Lakey is. He's up 23 positions, currently sitting third. A little offset pitting for him as he came in on lap number 44. Nolan Gross stayed out on lap 41 old tires. I think that was what Dawson is trying to circle here, is maybe he might not be the best call, but regardless, we're going to go ahead and give it a go and try to see how we can get this one back underway.
are back underway, so flagger up there's green is flying, and we are 3 wide, 2 deep.
Yeah, Barney definitely getting a workout here tonight. 72 Mason Flagar's been in some trouble here during this race. Was starting to stick the nose just on the outside there of the 84 of David Lakey. I don't think his spotter would be wise enough to tell him that somebody's there on the outside. Might be half blind, but he's got to be careful if the 72 is going to try to stick it there. Right now, Bob Berry seems to be on the fly here. Supposedly he is rolling at a high rate of speed. Right now at 33.95. That's fast enough to be hanging him up there in the 6th position rather than the 9th. So Berry, fast car in the middle of a couple of slower drivers, and he's looking to work his way back to the front. Right now he's got Sean Britt and Nolan Gross to fight around out there, but their Chevrolets are doing just as well as his. All Chevrolets in the top 10 except Benjamin Lacey's number 7, who currently sits 3rd. He's playing chase out there with Connor Gibson and Curtis Yancey, who had a fantastic restart.
Well, Real Earth Films car is making sure that his product is getting good playtime since he is sponsoring tonight's race.
Yeah, not bad here as we take a look back off the rear deck of Benjamin Lacey, looking back at Cody Welch. Probably have to say that is probably one of my all-time favorite paint schemes on that red, white, and blue machine that Cody Welch drives here in the 85 Chevrolet. Currently hanging out in 4th. That's 7 up from his original qualifying position here tonight. And that is awesome there as we see a couple of shuffling drivers there in the back. I definitely want to hover around that Nick Nickerson area. Yep, there he is on the outside of the 72. And David Lakey might be under fire here.
Yeah, he may, but I'm just concerned about these guys having such a rough and tumble evening, and so many have had to use their fast repair here before the, by halfway. This could be a long evening for a couple of these fellas.
Yeah, Devin out there asking what happened to Guzik. Looked like he a little bit of a packet loss and an internet drop, so that was it for him. Lost connection and is trying to return back. Right now, Benjamin Lacey, I see him slicing around out there. Looks like Connor Gibson's going to be going in the rearview mirror pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah, nice cut there. Benjamin Lacey is looking to win this race here for the Real Earth Films 113. Down on the paint, rotating out. Not bad here. He is about a 10th faster than the drivers around him here. Cody Welch almost matching times. He'll now take the outside line. As Yancey's half a second lead is already being cut in half here. Good roll on. So Yancey, Lacey, Welch, Gibson, Nickerson. And not bad here for Nickerson, returning back to the top 5. Hopefully he hasn't smoked his tires off that he just put on back on lap number 60. So 10 laps into it, these guys are starting to feel some of the pain out there. Nickerson was involved in that lap 59 caution that came out.
Yeah, and you were saying Bob Berry was way up top. He's now fallen back to 15th. That's kind of a tumble up.
Yeah,
tumble down in this case.
Yeah, Bob Berry seems to may have got something going on or isn't getting a line. He wants to rotate down a little farther, but every driver has been taking the low line on him here, so he's having to hang up top, which loses him yet another position to John Osborne. So down to 15th now, and Bob Berry actually starting to slow his times a lot here, 32.36, and now that is slow enough to actually be putting him somewhere in the 22nd position.
Eek.
Yeah, so he may have run a couple of hot laps there, but he's definitely starting to fall off big time here. Lap number 72 is underway. We're well past our halfway point here in the race. John Osborne fighting his way back up to 14th. So him and Kevin Foster are now got to really think of their strategies out here, as they thought they had it won before that caution came out.
Yeah, they had made some good, like you say, good strategies and planning, but what do they say? A battle is never, all the plans are out the window as soon as the first shot's fired?
Yeah.
In this case, it's all the plans go out the window as soon as the caution flag comes out.
Yep. Yeah, said, it's a plan during practice, a plan during qualifying, then where you qualify. Then it's a plan during the race, then there's a caution, then there's damage, and I mean, that's not including pit road follies down there that kind of go to pieces. All right, quick little switch up out there. We've gone ahead and taken Curtis Yancey and shot him out of the lead. He is now down to 4th, Benjamin Lacey, Cody Welch, Nick Nickerson, and Sean Britt. I didn't kind of hone in on that because Curtis Yancey has been out there on lap 40 old tires. So last time he came in was lap number 40.
Ooh.
And he's looking at 34 laps on those tires, which almost seems like suicide out there. Some of these guys have already taken their second set on the car. They'll be able to put one more on down in pit road. I'm sure Benjamin Lacey, Welch, and Nickerson are trying to figure out when that time is going to be. Nickerson came down, I believe, on lap 55 as well, involved in the caution, came down for a fast repair, and that would explain his 3rd visit down into pit road.
Yeah, he's actually come in on 60, so that should give him just a tiny edge over the 2 in front and 1 behind him.
Yeah, any edge that Nick Nickerson had was coming down for the fast repair. I don't know if he did a little top off, maybe add an extra gallon of fuel. That may change it up a little bit for him. But I expect him to still be on the same pit strategy at the 3R in front of him. You don't want to get, I would say, lost out there. You do want to keep him within range where you can see him.
Yeah, now that it'd be interesting because looking at Curtis Yancey and Connor Gibson running on a 39 and a 40 tire, are the guys behind him kind of scared that that something may happen? Zach Michaelis is running on tires he probably picked up on the 55 caution. And do you give him a little extra room?
Maybe.
Just thinking that they may, or do you try to hustle real fast and get past them?
Right, yes. You're afraid of wash up. And right now, that's what you're seeing now. Here's Michaelis behind Connor Gibson now, and that's the wash up. You see him rotate to the top. Michaelis is going to be looking for the inside. Diving into 3, Michaelis is out.
And done. I'll be darned.
Yep, so that's what you do is the tires, they've got nothing left. So you wait for them to wash up a little bit and go ahead and take it. Connor Gibson sliding out, and that's it.
Very good. Okay.
Still putting up a fight. Here's what happens is then you get upset. Somebody passes you. Connor Gibson goes to the inside, tries to make the pass back on Michaelis, and bites off more than he can chew. Washes up, hits Michaelis, and now he not only loses that position, but now Mark Allen Bivens and David Lakey have passed him, sending Connor Gibson back to 9th.
Eesh. Yeah, it definitely might be time to to take a green flag pit stop. I know Kevin Foster just did. He went down. Looks like he took 4 tires and fuel on lap 78.
Yeah, maybe trying to do that offset pit once again and see if he can reinstitute that strategy that he had before. Couple of guys coming on down. Here comes Yancey, Connor Gibson.
All right.
Yeah, let's see if anybody else chooses Eddie, Hagigh, and Jackson Knock. Hagigh, oh man. Well, we'll see if Knock was able to make it into pits. I think he missed the commitment cone.
Oh, I was looking at Greenwell. He was doing some sidestepping too.
Yeah, it shows him entering pit lane and leaving pit lane here.
Oh. Oh, wow. That was a wild.
All right, got to slow down and okay. Well, we'll leave RC to that one because technically that is beyond the cone. And he may be parked here for 15 seconds as a hold for missing the commitment cone.
Oh, that's painful.
All right, let's hone in on Nick Nickerson here as Benjamin Lacey takes the high side. Nickerson looking for the lead here. Not going to have it as Lacey's still hanging on. Not
Just
bad. That would have
barely.
been a photo finish if that was the last lap, as close as you
Oh.
can get.
Yes.
And right now, Lacey looks a little wiggly getting into one, so Nickerson is going to get it here. And see if they can keep on rolling.
Eek. Yeah, I was going to say, not by the hair of my chinny chin spoiler.
Yeah. And Chad out there is saying 1 minute and 10 seconds for Jackson Knock.
And still counting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's getting that bumper fixed?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's way longer than a
Yep,
There
there
we
he
go.
goes.
125. Oh, he got the bumper fixed. But darn.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say now is the time, not on the green.
No.
If that's what was happening out there. So Curtis
Well, that's-
Yancey now starting to lay down a huge amount of time. Right now, fastest through 1 and 2 all night. Sits with a 15.5 seconds. Yancey driving the tires off this thing. I'm sure he's going to break his own record here. And it looks like a 31.09.
Woof.
Yeah, right now he is out there flying.
That new rubber feels good.
Yep. Well, check this out. This is a three-way battle for the lead.
Oh.
Well, Benjamin Lacey's trying to slow down here. He's going to have a better shot than the Knock did. Mark Allen Bivens working his way on down in the 76. Nick Nickerson out there.
Boy,
All right,
that
Jeff.
is a tricky turn.
Yes. Yeah, it's a horrible way in, and
Caution.
caution comes
Oh,
out. Holy
no.
cow.
What does that do to the guys that just came in?
They're going to stay out.
Lacey and
Yeah, they
Bivens
should be
and
staying
Brooks?
out.
okay.
That is going to put him in a huge jam here. We'll
Yes.
double check, because remember, everybody up front should have to pit here. Drivers 8th on up still need to come down to pit to get back out there. So we'll see where this puts everybody here at the end. Benjamin Lacey's working his way back up the field. I'm looking to see if I can see what caused our caution out there tonight.
Yes.
Seeing it, one of them was kind of silly out there.
Yeah, I'm afraid that that second caution was odd. The third one was a mangle tangle. And this will be our fourth of this evening. Up, 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 up. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like the 31 and Connor Gibson involved in this one. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. See if we can see something. Well, there's a little net code for you.
grr.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hate when the fenders just get that little telekinesis thing going. Say, well, I'm gonna be hit. I'll just do it ahead of time before I'm actually hit. Well, while we're under this caution, I do want to take a minute, since we now know who, what, and where, and talk about Real Earth Films, because they are sponsoring tonight's race. And this company, they promote wildlife conservation by creating films that nurture the human connection to nature. They spread awareness about the life-threatening challenges facing species worldwide and advance environmental activism and research. They do this, they strive to tell authentic stories about nature and the real impact that humans make on the environment. You can check out their website, but on top of that, you could also go to Disney Plus, Animal Planet, BBC, National Geographic, PBS, even Amazon Prime, and they have several of their movies that are available. So please check out realearthfilms.org, not com, not net, .org, and take a look at what they have to offer. If you're into owls, if you're into meerkats, please, you've got to check them out.
If you like lions.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
There you go.
So Ricky Hart down there in the pits for 2 minutes and 20 seconds so far.
Yeah, Mama Goose is asking if Nickerson came down 12 laps
did.
during the wreck fest. Yes, he did. He came down for a little bit of fuel and a fast repair for Nickerson to get fixed, but that was actually back during lap 59. And currently we are hanging out on lap 89 currently. Guys, most guys came down, or the remainder of them came down on lap 87. One driver that would unfortunately concern me a bit here is Kyle Fahey. Came down on lap 59. So I think he's trying to get one of his laps back here.
Yeah, and Carter Phillips on lap 60. Those are our holdouts. Unless you count 2 laps down Hayden Paul. He's on 58. That's when you put one of those hazmat stickers on him. Hazard, please avoid.
Yeah, I knew a few things they're looking to change out there with spotters and such as they're working on getting them to explain a little more out there. I would love for the automated spotters that you can put into the system to let you know what the other guy's running. See if he's changing, what the other guy's speeds are. All right, everybody back to the longest line here. And away we go. That is actually Benjamin Lacey sitting right behind the 99 machine, and we got guys who are fast in the back caught behind the slow ones in the front. Yeah, watch out for Benjamin Lacey there on the bottom. I think this is going to be some trouble.
Yep, we're already under caution.
Well, you called it for guys on old tires. Kyle Fahey is involved. Hayden Paul is involved. Connor Gibson is involved.
My turn for the curse of the commentator, huh?
And I think Kevin Foster also suffered some damage.
Oh, man.
Now let's see the driver of the big red propane machine. See what happens around his area. Oh my!
Oh. Okay, somebody must have checked up.
Yeah,
There's no way
is
he
way
just
before. All right, let's check out
through.
Kyle Fahey. Holy cow!
Wow. Oh no, you cannot do that. Oh, that was what?
That was the 51 machine here of Curtis Yancey.
It was. How many times did you have to tap him before the pit maneuver went through? Just saying.
Well, we'll double check here. Let's make sure nothing silly happened.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I want to double check one more thing. This is a green flag.
Bump.
There's the bump there. Yeah, I think he's probably annoyed. Something's up. Well, Kyle Fahey on the older tires didn't quite get the jump that Curtis did.
That's the hazard of the game.
Yeah, so Kevin Foster trying to deal with some of his damage out there. So we'll take a look as Kyle Fahey ends up sliding around out there. Yeah, I know. From that angle, that looks different. Ugh. Did you see? Good Lord. See how bad Foster got maimed on that?
Yeah.
I mean, he got absolutely destroyed here. Again.
2,
Look at Hagigh
3.
split it. Lakey squeaks by just barely.
I think 54 had the idea, let's just stop.
Yeah. All right, last time we'll take a look at Hagigh here.
All right.
This is where the trouble starts. Look at him make it.
Nice! Wreck avoidance award for the evening.
Yeah, you hear him not even shifting. I think he's having to reset there. Holy cow. All right. Driver's getting ready to double up here. Lights are still on. The pace car.
Looks like Ricky Hart may have taken it to the garage this evening.
Yes, I believe so. Back on lap 86.
Yeah. Okay.
So that may have been the one that put him into the wall. Kevin Foster working his way back down pit road here. See if he can come up with something a little different here. They'll be getting going back at it again. We'll try to see if we can grab a hold of somebody here. I figure why not? We'll see if we can grab a hold of Eddie Hagigh here and see if we have the opportunity right before they get ready to go green. Eddie Hagigh, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Dude, what wreck avoidance out there. You've been having a heck of a time with that race car. You out there driving on ice?
Yeah, the car's been really loose. I actually, I didn't hit the car ahead of me that hard when it had mandatory repairs. So got a lot of wheel damage, so that'll be a problem. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get some yellows and get it out there.
Boy, that is a heartbreaker
But he
here.
had 5.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need some more.
All righty, Eddie. Good luck to you, man, and hopefully we can see you turn this thing around.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, everybody.
Yeah, last week at Gateway we had 9, and the last time we were at Kansas there was 6. So I guess I shouldn't complain that we just hit 5. And we only have, what, 20 laps to go?
Yep. All right, let's try this again. Back underway. Here we go. 18 laps left to go. Sean Britt sits second. He'll be chasing Nick Nickerson. Cody Welch is third, but man, look at that run.
Woo!
I don't think he's going to be third for long.
No.
4 tires and fuel for Cody Welch, and something I smell trouble.
Yep.
I think this is the one that gets me here. Why are we still shooting through the field under yellow?
I don't
Holy
know.
cow.
But
You know,
you are stuck right where you were when the
Right.
yellow came out.
But yeah, Benjamin Lacey's out there trying to make sure he doesn't get wrecked out, and his car's flying past him. Holy cow. All right, this one looks to be involving Bill Harkins, Paul Wilson, David Lakey.
Oh.
I hate to say that. You remember David Lakey just missed that last caution as he rode
Yeah.
up the track up along the wall.
Well, this is the one, if you have a set of tires left, you go do it now, right? If.
Yeah, I guess so now. I would assume they probably took it the last one. Dawson
Yeah.
Guzik out there saying 20 gave him no room. That must have been on that last caution. I guess I could
Yes.
see that, but it is not my job to make room for you for sticking your nose where it shouldn't have been. All right, let's go ahead and take a look back and see what happened to Bill Harkins out there, as Barney is definitely getting insurance on that rotator cuff here tonight. Let's take a look. Who was that?
Yep. 53? No.
No, this is Mr.
76.
Bivens. Yep,
70.
little contact right there. Gets Bill Harkins out of shape. Breaks him loose and sends him down.
That's all she wrote. Takes out Paul Wilson.
How did Lakey get involved?
I don't know. I don't think we're done.
Well, remember, I was talking about people shooting the gap here. I was wondering if he made it, and he was checking up. So let's take another look at it here.
No, up here, up here. Oh, dear. Bob Berry. Well, I don't know why, but it looked like Bob Berry took a hook to the right into the wall. If he had help, I don't know.
So this is a multiple
Yes, it is.
wreck here. All right, let's take a look at the 75 then. Is that, yeah,
Ready?
Jackson who was outside.
Yep.
That's Lacey getting knocked around there by Osborne.
My goodness, Brandon
Mason
Jackson.
Flagar's threading the needle. Oh, man.
Heavens. Yeah, Brandon Jackson was right behind him. Don't know if Bob came up or what. I couldn't tell on the lines, but that was our first two contacts there. Now, whether that happened simultaneously, it's... Oh, crunch. Yeah, just
This is
about
on top
same
of Mason
time.
Flagar here.
Brandon Jackson's got to have some damage to that right front.
That should have been contact here.
Yeah. There's more contact. Yep. Jeez. Yippee skippy.
All right. See, the yellow flag should still be standing here. Oh, boy. That should mean this will be our last lap around here. As we cross for lap number 99. We'll be back under green for lap 100 here at the Real Earth Films 113. Definitely an interesting race here.
Yeah, it looks like the only fellas that came down were ones that might have been involved in that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Jackson, Jason Greenwell, Kevin Foster, Bill Harkins, Mark Allen Bivens, Eddie Hagigh. And those guys still, you know, their times almost look like they had a set of tires. You think they managed to get repair done that quick?
I'm not sure. I think what I was kind of honing in on is our shootout here from our guys in the front. Nick Nickerson and Cody Welch sitting up front here.
Oh, my.
And we like to thank LAT Racing Oils. They're getting their money's worth here tonight. We'll be back under green here with 13 laps left to go. All right, here we go. Nickerson, Cody Welch, Sean Britt, Ethan Sikorsky, green flag. Great jump here by Nickerson. He goes ahead and immediately changes the lane to the high side, drops back down to the bottom to get a clean sweep. Great job there, as I pray that is not another caution.
Yep, it is.
Nolan Gross with some heavy damage. See a little knock here on Jackson Knock. I did not mean to do that.
Just happens.
All right, looks like we have another driver that is retired here for the night. Paul Wilson, that is, as our 7th caution comes out tonight. Definitely starting to get a little messy over here the past couple of weeks. We'll see what happens to Nolan Gross and what kind of upset him on the race. View.
No.
Come on, man. That's Yancey again in the 50.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find something a little closer here.
We could even go in cockpit. Oh no!
Well,
Snagged him.
we can see right here what ends up happening.
Well, we start with a piece of netcode.
Well, watch the aggressive move. When he swings to the outside, his car breaks loose. Watch when he moves. Right there. See him slide? When he slides, it comes back down and catches Nolan Gross. And then he decides to do his best impersonation of a UFO.
Yes, yes, complete with spinning and sparks. Man, there's nothing left of that poor car.
No, I think that might do it for Nolan Gross's night. I think he's smashed this thing to pieces enough.
Yeah, he was in the 59, lap 59 caution also.
Yeah. Catch him.
So long, gopher cam.
All right, Dawson Guzik out there. Saying there is some history between those two guys out there, Curtis Yancey and the Young Gun team. I would say that, remind me if I'm mistaken, and we'll see if my memory serves me right. Curtis Yancey has the most improved driver for season number 10. And the 51 Chevrolet.
Ah, season 10.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I wasn't here back then.
No, I'm remember doing a little research out there and seeing
Okay.
who did. If I am not mistaken. Let's see.
We've got...
Yes, season number 10.
Wow.
Bandit League most improved driver was Curtis Yancey.
You're scary. Yeah, but who was last season's? Mark Allen Bivens. Oh my goodness. We're getting all kinds of...
There you go. So we got booted out. Why? We got booted out. Why? Uh-huh.
Yep. Guzik gossip. I love it.
Well, I'm not saying any ugliness here, but
Oof. Yeah, well, it's called broken windows theory. If you don't fix a broken window, amazingly, a house or a building will continue to get more broken windows. If you fix the broken window to begin with, the first one, your chances of not having more increase by like 90%. So that's actually it's a proven PhD thesis. Look it up.
that sounds like Rudy Giuliani.
He actually used that to help clean up New York.
There you go. All right. See, my memory does serve me right. All right, let's go ahead and get this back underway as 8 laps to go. Nickerson gets off to a jump here. All right, now trying to see how this is going to hold up. Oh, man, I don't know about you guys, but you're kind of on the edge of your seat each one of these turns.
Yes.
Oh,
Nope. We're out of it again.
Carter Phillips.
Oh, gosh. Well, there you go. 8? No, not Phillips. He was in the first 2. Heavens. And he took out Bill. Uh-oh. Did his car just poop out?
No, I think he's trying to work on seeing if he can get that thing turned over to the side here. All right, let's see what catches Bill Harkins on this. Good Lord. What? Yeah. So It starts with the 30. It starts with Carter Phillips.
Okay.
Hard part is kind of breaking this down and figuring out where this...
Yeah.
How
There's the guy in front of him sideways, too. Oh, dear.
Oh, Harkins in the back of Yancey there.
Gink, gink. My heavens. Yeah, Carter Phillips doesn't have a side of his car, I don't think, that hasn't been struck. But he seemed to have made some contact with the car right in front of them. I don't know, again, who came up or down, or if it was just netcode, but there was some jiggling right before. Oh. Yeah.
Alrighty, so we get hopefully through our final caution here of the night. As LAT Racing Oils comes back alive here. And we'll hopefully kind of see this one crunch down a little bit. We'll see what Barney says. Tell him if there are 1 or 2 more times around here. That should do it. I hope. Lights off. Lights off.
Not yet.
Bummer. Alright, well, we'll see if we can see something out there. Maybe these guys might not notice out there, or see if we can talk to somebody who began bumped and smashed around out there. Drivers coming down pit road is Jackson, not Carter Phillips. Bill Harkins currently sitting in pit road.
Yep.
Nolan Gross has been down here, I think, since the lap 101 caution.
Oh my goodness, like 9 minutes. Yeah.
Yep, Kyle Fahey's still under repair. And so is Hayden Paul, but Hayden Paul's been down here almost 18 minutes.
Ow. Boy,
Yeah,
we've had so much
driver
happen.
I'm not seeing is Kevin Foster, which looks like Kevin Foster was able to return out here. Try to see if I can get a little closer and see the extent of the damage. And that
Sitting
right
in
rear quarter
16th.
panel.
Oh. Yeah. That sponsor's going to want his money back.
Well, oddly enough, it is Ultimate Towing and Recovery.
Oh, no. I see that now on the side.
And Nolan Gross out there saying 53 minutes of required repairs is done for the day.
Oh, yes, I do believe so. It has not been your night, hon.
Yeah, definitely he's having some trouble out there. Nolan Gross, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Definitely odd race here tonight. A lot of things going on out there. What's going on with the cars, man? I hear everybody says they're loose.
Well, last night when we were running our practice race, we realized that the setup just drives off the right rear just the whole time. There is no really midway through the tires how the car drives, so it drives I'm probably gonna get some shade for this, but it drives kind of like how my Outlaw front wheel drive drives. Just once it's halfway through the corner, the car just likes to rotate center off.
Lovely.
So it's a little difficult, especially during practice yesterday. But it looks like a lot of people figured it out, and then I got unlucky 2 weeks in a row. It looks like.
Yeah, well, a lot of guys are getting beaten around out here, and Barney has been very busy up there in the flag booth, man. But if you could give advice to anybody out there on the track, what can these guys do to help try to curb what's going on out there?
Be smart. I mean, we're coming to the end of the race here, so just be smart.
All right, Nolan. Good luck to you out there, buddy, and hopefully we'll see how you do next week. All right, that's going to be Nolan Gross for you out there in the O2. His night is finished. Let's go ahead and get back underway here as we are trying to shuffle through as fast as we can. Benjamin Lacey doing just the same. He's trying to shoot up for a top 3 spot. Looks like Sean and Britt's going to get pushed to the outside here. Good move there, although they're making a couple slices. Right now, Mason Flagar for the Young Guns moving up. And looks like we get the boot here. Ethan Sikorsky.
Nope. No caution.
Through. Yep, no caution.
Come up. Don't come up. Don't come up.
Coming
yep.
up.
Came up. Now there's caution. Okay. Well, this will be our first green-white checker when we come back.
Who was that who came back up the track backwards? Was that Connor Gibson here?
Look, yeah, all the way in the back.
Said him and Ethan Sikorsky went off the track.
Yes.
And right now, if you consider they're doing over 175 miles an hour, I think. Oh.
There you go.
I think it would be a good idea to know why. 3 wide. Jackson.
Brandon Jackson off the wall. I think he might have had a little bump off the wall.
Well, I gotta admit, some of these guys who have been laps down are getting a few of them back here. And if there's a driver who was happy about that, Eddie Hagigh is. Remember, he was saying if we can get a few more cautions, well, he's got more than a few. He's got the opportunity to continue repairing that race car. And I would probably say that thing is probably pretty squared away here, as Eddie Hagigh has been down pit road the identical amount of times. I think he might be losing it here. To Kevin Foster of 10 times he's been down in pit road. Kevin Foster, I think, is getting ready to join for his 11th time.
Wow.
Yeah, 31 of Connor Gibson. He is working his way on down as well. And Carter Phillips in the number 30.
Yeah, you were asking why it started, not why he came back up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We're not even going to ask that part. But we'll go ahead and grab a hold of our leader out there, who has to answer me as to how in the world are you staying composed out there?
I mean, it's pretty low energy at this moment with all these yellows, so, maybe this will be the last one, 2 laps of high energy, but, well, we just have to at least make 1 lap. We can get that white flag and get in this race. Otherwise, we have 2 more shots at it.
Yeah, well.
Sounds good. What's Cody doing here?
Yeah, we were talking about Nolan Gross a little bit out there, and we were kind of scratching our heads, saying what do these guys need to do? I mean, I notice a lot of guys are loose out here. This car is wanting to ride up the track. We do have, I will admit, some net code out here where some guys are nudging. Obviously, Welch is trying to show you just that.
Yeah.
But,
Right, gonna suck me out.
Yeah. But what's going on? What can guys do?
And it's I don't know. I mean, it's just really just feathering the throttle through the corners and just trying to keep that wheel as straight as possible. I mean, I'm not like perfect through all these corners, but I can let up when I'm supposed to, and keep the car as straight as possible, even when the tires start wearing out. I think that's the other thing. When you start sliding, then it compounds. And your tires get hot, then you slide even more, and then it just keeps compounding. So, if you slide a little bit in a corner, then you have to let up the next couple of corners, let your tires cool down. But it's really just feathering that throttle on the exit, because if you try to slam it coming off the center, it's just going to kick out wide. So It's really all there is to it. No.
All right, let's really pick your
Yeah.
brain here. Does the update for iRacing on the dynamic tire update and design that they did, has that actually come into play here when you were talking about having to feather the throttle after sliding?
It's kind of hard to say because they did such a large swing on the setups at the same time, where the splitters just slammed to the track, and I think that has more to do with why these things are so loose. But I mean, it could be. I don't know. All I know is it's very difficult pretty much every track I've gone to.
Yeah, and with that big update, a lot of things changed out there. But Nick Nickerson, hopefully we'll talk to you here so hopefully sooner than later. Pace car lights are out. We'll let you get in the zone, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All righty. Let's see where in the world I found him. I'm fairly certain he was...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain I think he was here. Whoops. Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's where he was at. He's hanging out with Kevin Foster and Cody Welch out there. Those two will be side by side here to get this one kicked off once again. Stella, John Osborne has had the opportunity to get back up to the 8th position.
He has.
Yeah, Jason Greenwell, right now he might be setting himself up for a top 10 finish.
My goodness.
All right, Zach Michaelis sitting in 5th. Let's see. Brandon Jackson got a little loose last time.
Yep.
We're getting us started here.
Right now, he'd like the inside lane.
That he would. Hard on the gas. You almost see the entire field jerk at the same time. Winding that RPM gauge out as we sit on board. Hopefully not sending it 3 wide. Yeah, they are. They're going to do it. Boy, 99 backs on out. Good job. Nickerson trying to stay out as Sean Britt battles alongside Cody Welch up front. But I'm stuck here with this 3 wide here. Yeah. Oh, man. Good. Good. Get out of there. Now is not the time. Nickerson just needs to get to the line. He just needs to get to the line. And he does.
Okay.
All right, he gets to the line. Osborne no longer with a top 10 finish. He's going to try to stay in the top 20 as he shuffles back to the 19th position. Nickerson looking back. 0.3 of a second over top of Sean Britt here, and now he's starting to put on the distance. Can he stay away as Cody Welch has got a huge run here? Little loose, little looser. Cody Welch drifting it around, taking Sean Britt to the house. That's going to do it across the line. Nickerson first, close. Cody Welch is second, Sean Britt third.
Ooh. My, what?
Pace is still flying out here.
Yes.
Look
Yes,
at that
they. All right. That hood had a life of its own. I'm sorry. Well.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take another look here at this second place finish. Watch Cody Welch pull off this turn. I mean, to the line. Man.
That was close.
Not bad. Nick Nickerson coming away with the win here.
And 2 weeks in a row, we're looking at Welch and Britt in second and third place. Interesting. So it would have been, Hagigh was in first last week with Welch and Britt following. This week it's Nickerson with Welch and Britt following.
Cody Welch.
Boink. Oh.
All right, let's go ahead. See if we can take a peek at our finishing guys here for tonight, brought to you by Perfect Shine Auto Spa. Boy, I was close. Look at the difference between 1 and 2. Or 2 and 3, excuse me.
Not much.
Yeah, that was tight. Also between Bob Berry and Sikorsky. That was close as well. John Osborne sitting in 8th place. Drops to 20th.
Yeah. So, what do you say we go look for those 3 suspects right there? And so we can interview them and Perfect Shine Auto Spa.
Yep.
Out of Houston, Texas.
Yep. And try to piece these guys together. Hold on just a moment. Let's find our drivers.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagigh. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rink. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that full send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
All right, everybody, we are catching up with, oddly enough, our 6th place finisher here, Benjamin Lacey, and appreciate you hanging out with us here in the booth. I do want to get quick shout-outs from you here about what you guys do, and especially the sponsor on the car. Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, Real Earth Films. It's a great organization. It's a great film company that they do a lot of documentaries on wildlife and bringing the awareness out to really just getting out into the wild and experiencing what it's like to be out in nature and what it is, and helping to restore it back to what it was. There's some species that have been kind of having some difficulties coming back around. One of those was the Mexican gray wolf, which are more located in the Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah. They did a film on those about, bringing awareness in kind of the, they called it the gray area because there's a lot of opinions on either side of that debate, right? For restoring wolves and those who are not against it. So they did a documentary on that to really bring the awareness out to that whole situation and really to try to bring balance back into nature and stuff. So those are kind of the things that they're really about and really bringing into your mind. And one of their things that they like to say is they like to, they're about inspiring, humans who are like us to protect the planet that we have, and creating true to life films that let the wild speak to you firsthand. And they're not going to force a fancy storyline onto the natural world. Instead, they let the nature tell its own stories, which is kind of really cool. And that's what they do an excellent job of that. So, give them a look through. They've got a couple of things, realearthfilms.org. And they can, you got some films that you can see what they got in the works and what they've already been, produced out there as well. And then there's actually another little segment that's kind of a little sister to it. It's called Filming the Wild, which is a YouTube channel by the creator of Real Earth Films. And that's kind of a little more of the nitty gritty of it. And they have some other little short films on there too as well. So if it's something you guys are interested in, go ahead and take a look. And if it's something you do want to donate into, Real Earth Films is a 501c3 nonprofit, so there is that benefit of donation if you feel obligated to do so.
Dude, awesome. Benjamin Lacey. Dude, I love it. And we are taking a look at your car. That way, if anybody's in question, we can definitely find out and a way to get there. Man, congratulations on your 6th place finish, though. Definitely a tough race, especially a little bit caution-ridden here. I hope next race goes better. I think the Xfinities are getting a little tricky for these guys. For anything out there, before I let you go, when we come out of a race like this, how do you reset yourself for the next one?
I played a lot of baseball, so for me, you got to forget the last at bat. Even if you hit a home run, you strike out, you got to let it go. You got to forget about it. So that's what it is. This race here, we got a P6, but there's already next week to look forward to. So just out of sight, out of mind now.
All right, Benjamin Lacey, appreciate you getting the shout-outs out there from our guys, and especially from the sponsor on the car, and you guys going ahead and representing the Real Earth Films 113 here, buddy. Appreciate you, and we'll catch you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty, fantastic job here as we go ahead and move on to our 3rd place finisher of Sean Britt. Sean Britt, man, what a race it was here tonight. Did you think this is where you were going to place?
A little bit. I mean, I was thinking maybe top 10, maybe top 5 if I was lucky. Wasn't expecting another P3.
Well, caution, but we are able to slice our way up to the front, and I'm don't take this the wrong way, but hey, man, you weren't collected in a whole lot of them.
Yeah. No, I'm not really great on restarts. I need to get a lot better on doing restarts anyway. That's just something I just need to pick up and learn on, and hopefully I could get better at.
All right, man. Confidence level heading into the next race.
Oh, don't know about the tricky triangle about Pocono. I haven't ran there a lot, so there are a lot of unknowns there. But having 2 third place finishes at 2 tracks, I'm good. I'm keeping my head up high.
All right, man. Well, we can definitely keep the roll on. Apparently things are starting to finally go your way. I mean, I know I'm not trying to pick on you, but we had a dismal last season, and this is more of what I expected out of the Weathermaster machine, out of the 5 Chevrolet. Go ahead and give me your shout outs here. Let's get you ready for get you ready for Pocono.
There we go.
I want to thank Weathermaster, LAT Racing Oils, Apex Sim Racing. Thank you guys up in the booth for putting this for week in and week out. And I want to thank Filming of the Wilds for sponsoring tonight's race. And that's it.
All right, man. Awesome. Sean Britt, good luck to you, man. We'll see you at Pocono.
All
right. Sean Britt, excellent job here for our... What's that?
You ever wonder when somebody says when you do this week in and week out, is this a week in or is this a week out?
I have no idea. I don't pay that much attention, but we do pay attention to a driver who tried to send it all in here at the end. Cody Welch, 2nd place finish here tonight, 85 Chevrolet. Talk to me about it.
Hey, I'll take it. I thought I was getting 3rd there for a second, and then coming into 3, he decides to go high. I'm like, ooh, I got a chance if I send it in here. And I sure did. I slid all the way up the racetrack and was sideways coming out of 4, but was able to hold on to 2nd. So, hey, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we watched off the back window there of Nick Nickerson. I figured you were going to send it in. I saw a couple times during this race you actually were able to roll a turn like you never came out of the gas. I just don't think there was enough here at the end or enough heat built up in the tires to give it a go. Cody Welch, how in the world do we come off a race with a 2nd place finish moving into Pocono? Do we go for a win? I mean, that's kind of obvious here, but, how do we do it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm close every week. I think 5 podiums in a row now. So, I mean, honestly, this is the best I've ever ran in Bandit Racing League. So I'm going to keep it going. Hopefully, Pocono's good to me next week and I can get another win.
All right, well, hopefully the magnet stays away from you from the trouble. I know there's been a little bit brewing up out there, and I think a little amnesty is going to kind of getting between each other out there. Stella, is that the right word? Amnesty?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Uh,
Animosity?
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Good Lord. Sorry. Getting a late night here as we're busting past that 11 o'clock mark. Cody Welch, shout-out time here, buddy. I love the paint scheme.
Oh, man, past your bedtime.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for broadcasting. Thanks to Bill to put on the league and all the drivers that show up in the race, everyone who watches. We all appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. That's why we do it.
All right, Cody Welch. We'll let you go ahead and get to Miss Wonders, and hopefully we'll see you next week, my man.
Sounds good, man. See you next week.
Oh, yeah. All right, Cody Welch, excellent job. And hopefully Miss Wonders doesn't pick on me too much. All right, let's go ahead. We talked to him before. Well, let's talk to him again. Finally, he's able to finish it in the exact same spot we found him in last time. Nick Nickerson, congratulations on coming in for the win here at the Real Earth Films 113. Man, we made it.
Yeah, man. Now with that little bit of, what do you want to say? I definitely had to try a couple times there. I got a little wiped out. Oh, I forget what lap it was. Whatever that first caution was, I think. Second caution.
Oh, where you got involved?
Yeah, and I just got my fresh tires, and then with that spin, I lost 4 or 5% of the tread, so I had to go get my damage fixed and start in the back, and I actually made my way all the way to the front, which is kind of surprising. I just I had a couple good lines out there that I was just able to pass a lot of guys pretty quickly, and give Cody and Ben a little run for their money.
Yeah. Lap number 59, so you had a good chunk coming back at it. But, man, oh, man, it was rough here at the end, and you were able to stick it out. I'll ask you one last question before I get your shout-outs out here. Did you look in the left rear mirror as we came up for the white flag?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching, but, there's just not much you can do in 2 laps when, the leader gets such a large start. That's in iRacing, you get that advantage of being the leader to get a good jump start. It's not much you can do in 2 laps, and it's not much I would allow to happen. If these guys were going to have a chance, they needed 4 or 5 laps. And so even then, man, I don't know. I was running pretty quick tonight, so it would have been difficult, but all in all, it was a good race.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were getting sour to your stomach if you had looked back. Coming up to that line for the white flag, John Osborne was sliding sideways down into the grass, and I said, no,
yeah.
cross the line, quick.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, come on, and all right, got the white flag.
Start pointing your toe a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I did see that.
All righty, give me your shout-outs here, and let's get you ready for Pocono.
Yeah, man, Bill and all the admins, everybody that participates. Appreciate everybody. This league's freaking awesome. Sponsors, Big Red, Clutch Automotive, Advanced Auto Parts, Apex Sim Racing sponsors the league here. And let me think. I know Sueno Diazzo is another one. Ultimate Towing. I think that's pretty much it for all the good old sponsors, man. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcasts. It was fun hanging out with you last week. Learned a little bit for the next time.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, a lot harder than it looks, huh?
Yeah, Jay out there said he's missing your voice already.
Yeah, well, next time I'm out of town, I'll try to bring another computer so I can use a mic and not just my iPad.
Ah, okay.
That's what I was working with last week.
Hey,
all right,
not bad then.
we'll hold you to that. Nick Nickerson, congratulations on another win here, buddy, and we'll see what you can do at Pocono.
All right, man. Catch you next week.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody, Nick Nickerson, awesome job here. What a race it was, especially right at the end. Good Lord. What in the world is that? Get that off there. All right, let's go ahead and get back at it here, as this is a real rough race, but regardless, still a great one. Stella, we head to Pocono next week. It's going to be kind of a nail-biter here. I know we've got a lot of guys with some temper tantrums out there. I'm sure words are going to be said, but they better hash it out now, and then we'll see how they can duke it out toward the end. Anything left to add?
No, but 93 laps, guys. Do everybody a favor and take a few on the on the sly day before, day of, and let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. Last day of Xfinity.
All right, well, I definitely love to see how Pocono goes. I think turn 3 is going to be the most difficult. if not turn 2, where that tunnel turn ends up being oh so tough for some of our drivers. But from all of us here at SimTrax Broadcasting, signing out here with the Bandit Racing League, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.